Buonasera a tutti and welcome to episode number 1 of our Palermo Portobellos series on Hockey Legacy Manager 26, Draft to Glory. The foundation, year number 1 starts now. Welcome aboard to the continuation of our live stream series. We started last week with the foundation, not the foundation, but the founding of this team, talking about what the rules of the series were going to be a little bit. We started getting into year number 1, you want to call it year number 0 maybe, where we just had our expansion drafted team. All players who we're not going to be using in the future. We just literally have to have players on the ice. But moving into the year number 1 draft in 2026, we'll now start drafting the foundation of this team moving forward, because by hopefully year 3, 4, something like that, we're going to be only using players we've drafted. So only from the amateur draft, those are the only players we're allowed to use, and we're not going to be taking anybody else. Of course, only players that have to play due to having to put 18 players on the ice are going to be the ones who are the exception of that. Fintan, welcome to the stream. SRD, welcome aboard. Let's go. Welcome, everybody, to the continuation of our series, where last episode we saw year number 0, you can call it, be a 2-80 season for Palermo, negative 724 goal differential. Yep. 147 goals for, 871 goals against, 7.9% on the power play somehow, and pound and kill at 56.7. Okay, ending the year on a 27-game losing streak. That was great, but that's exactly what we wanted. But sadly, we did not get the first overall pick. We dropped to pick number 3 in the draft. So the biggest questions moving in the draft will be, who are we looking at? Could it be Verhoff? Could it be Rubric? Could it be Stenberg even? There's a lot of different things we have to think about depending on who goes where here in this 2026 draft. Starting the like I said, the foundational build of who's going to be a part of this team moving forward, as eventually we want to get to a point where we're only using players we've drafted from the entry draft in this Draft to Glory series. Bon matin, bonjour mon ami. Big shout out to Avalanche, who once again took care of the thumbnail in this one. He did last episode, he did this episode. I hope that he'll do episodes moving forward. We really appreciate the wonderful thumbnails that he's putting out for us. Both he and Palm have been making some great thumbnails recently for the channel. I'm always happy to do them myself, but when there's a real expert that comes in, you can see the touch of brilliance that they bring. So a huge thank you to Avalanche on that. Welcome aboard. Speaking of him, there you go. I think if I'm correct, Movie Trailer King, one of our channel members, is Avalanche. Welcome aboard. Perfect timing there in the chat. Now, in the last one, let me just look at the comments from the last one. I don't think there's anything that was in terms of suggestions. Can I just get to yes? So from the last one, we see, Zut72 said, watching from Italy, great series data. I've been following for a while, and your EA NHL guides are the best. Thank you very much. Perfect timing for a fratello, paisano, coming into the series for the Palermo Portobellos. Great timing for that. Thank you, Zut. Cagney said, fun stream. I've never tried to do Draft to Glory in HLM, so it's exciting to do as a group. That's it. This is not just me doing it and you're watching. This is a group thing. The AGMs are in here, and we're going to build this team. Anything else? Fintat's a great stream. Thank you very much. Zut also added, by the way, for the team colors, most sports teams in Palermo are black and pink. So if we want to think about changing the team colors a little bit, we could do that. I had this kind of goldish, brownish for the Portobello mushroom itself, but in Palermo, the colors are more pink. So I don't know if we would do it right now, but if we just want to look at, would it be league settings? Could it be? I didn't think about this beforehand, but just on the fly here. Palermo, there we are. No, we didn't move them around, huh? Yeah. So I'm not going to get into that right now, but if you want to talk about changing colors and things like that, we can definitely keep that in consideration. Just let me know, and we can do that in the future once I sit down and think about it a little bit deeper. So that being said, welcome to everyone who's able to get in here. We're on the 4-minute mark, so I think we'll get started now, welcoming those who have been able to get in here live. Usually these will be on Friday evenings moving forward. I wasn't even available last night, so I had to push it to Saturday tonight now. So moving forward, most likely Tuesdays and Fridays for live streams, and our new NHL 26 live stream series will also be starting soon. Go Bellows. Yes, not just Bellows, the Portobellos. It's in roster and team editor. Okay, well, if it's that easy, then let's do it quickly. Roster, team editor. There you go. Palermo Portobellos. And there you go. So color number 1. I had color number 3 kind of as that pinkish, as an ode to Palermo. Pink like that, pink like that. I have all these colors. Maybe more pink like that, probably. Yeah. And then we would keep the other ones. Kind of this more brownish as that last one. And if we say use copy team colors, does that look odd? Or do we make one more blackish? Color 2 can be that golden one, maybe a bit more. Maybe color 2. Can be like that. What was it? Was it this one? No. Is it this one? I'm able to see both at once. And then if we make black, pink, black, and that kind of goldish, would that be? Ooh, that might be interesting. Maybe even a bit more lighter in that way. Yeah, that might be nice. I'm not going to spend the whole stream on this, but if anyone is interested in giving more thoughts on the colors, I wouldn't mind more the pink and the black being pronounced, and then that kind of gold, brownish Palermo Portobello logo being as the third color, maybe. But we need to keep talking about that in the future. Update, and there you go, Palermo. All right, back to the office, and now it's time to get to this draft. So is that too bright for the screen? Are we okay with this pinkish? That's the Palermo color, right? That's what they see most often in team colors. Fintan's got his own save file going right now, trying to win a cup with every team. Oh, awesome. What mode is that called again? Oh, no, I'm thinking the elimination mode. But still, that's cool. Love that. In Boston in 2031, how many teams have you done so far? All right, so we're ready to jump into this draft. Let's get going. We can only trade picks. We can't trade any of the players we've drafted for more picks unless we say that we're allowed to make some trades solely for the purpose of having enough picks. Like we just trade only for a bunch of sevens at the end. Like we have pick 3, that's awesome. Then 34, 67, 100, 113, 166, 199. So that's 3, 6. We have 7 picks, right? So if we have 7 picks, that one gives us 7 players, and we need 18 skaters. So would it be bad if we traded not for firsts and seconds, but what if we just took a bunch of these random guys who we had in the expansion draft? Let's have like these guys we definitely don't want to keep because they have value and it wouldn't be fair to keep. We just package a bunch of these guys, 2 different teams for various 7th round picks. Would that be a bad idea? We can send them back even to their original teams. Like we had Olesen, we got him in the expansion draft from the Avalanche, correct? So if we go back to the Avalanche and say, hey, just give me a 7th. So for the sake of the series, give me a 7th just to get a player, right? I'm not trying to get any sort of value. I'm not trying to cheese the system at all, but we don't want it to be 4 years until we're building a team. Maybe not 4 years, but 3 years. 7, 7, 7. It'll take till year 3 to have 21 picks. So it might not be a bad idea just to trade some of these guys who are going to be growing in our system. We don't want them growing in our system. We want them gone. We can keep the veterans. Let's trade the youngsters. So I'm correct here. Olesen, right? Was with the Avalanche? Yeah, he was in the Avs system. So we'll send Olesen back to the Avalanche for a 7th. They're happy to do that. Thank you very much. Then we can trade. Who's this guy? Kotiak. Was he on the Sharks? Kotiak. He was in the Flames system. They was on the Sharks at one point. So we'll go ahead and trade him back to Calgary if everyone's in agreement with that. Hope I'm not breaking the rules or anything like that. You don't have a 7th, so I'll trade you. I really want just 7th. That's the thing. So I'll trade him to San Jose then. Go back to the last team that he was on. Try and keep things as kosher as possible. For a 7th, thank you. Who else has some value on this team? Hamblin. Is anyone else young? 23. McCown. Hunter McCown. Let's see. Yeah. This is going to be some of that nitty-gritty stuff that Blue Jackets, that you HLM lovers will want to see. Building this team, going through it step by step. Can we get a 7th, please? Yes, that should go through. Thank you. Anyone else we need to move? So that gives us, so I think we have 10 picks now. It doesn't have to be all in this draft. We draft our entire team. We're not going to get that. We're still going to have some veterans. But if we can just dump a few more guys who are younger, that would make me feel better about this. Let's dump anyone 26 and under. McCartney. Ben McCartney. Hobbsy, welcome aboard. So we said last episode we weren't going to do any trades. What we're going to do is just trade some of the younger players we took in the expansion drafts back to their teams for 7th round picks. We're keeping the veterans and we're not getting any more value than we need. These guys that we draft in the 7th round are likely never going to do anything, but at least they're going to be players who meet the restrictions of our challenge, which is, I was going to look at Utah, which is only players we've drafted from the expansion draft. I'm sorry, from the entry draft. But if we do it like that, it'll take 3 years to get a full team. So this might just accelerate that a little bit while not cheesing it. So to Utah for a 7th. Development slider is default. Did not play around with it. Right? Am I remembering that correctly? We didn't want to play around with that. Normal development. Durgachintsev, is he in the Maple Leaf system? Durgachintsev. He was once upon a time. Yeah, let's trade him back to the Maple Leafs then. For a... Well, they don't have much in this draft, eh? Can I take a 2027 7th? And then trade it to, let's just say, the Lightning, another good team, for your 2026 7th? Can we swap 7ths for 7ths here? Would they do that? Yes, they would. Awesome. Anybody else 26 and under? Beckman? That's Adam Beckman? Minnesota Wild, right? Beckman. Actually, no, he was in Utica. He was once, but Utica. So off to the Devils then. Devils Cagney. Is the thought that we'll just let the NHL team populate with auto-generated players until the prospects are ready to play at NHL level? That's a great question. Like, do we want to put... Like, I wouldn't mind putting those 7th-round picks in the NHL right away because we know that they probably won't ever grow. But for the guys that we do want to grow, would it be stunting them to put them in the NHL? That might be the challenge of the draft to glory. Or do we just let randos go in there and the guys we draft stay in their respective leagues? Actually, give me Beckman for a... Yeah, actually, no, it doesn't work like that. So Beckman for a 7th. And then if I go to Minnesota, can we swap 7ths? 218 for New Jersey. Okay. Last one is Gruden. And Gruden was also on the Devils. But I want to take another pick from them. Let's go to another pretender, the Predators. Gruden can go there for a 7th. All right. There we go. So I think it will be challenging enough without rushing any of the prospects. Fair. Let's draft this team and see where we go from there. Even drafting some guys with higher overalls will be great. We have the 3rd overall pick in this draft. We're not going to make any more trades. We have our big picks at 3, 34. Those are the ones we can't miss on. After that, we can throw some darts and see what happens. But here we go. Starting the draft, the 1st overall pick. The Flyers have it. Who are they taking? Will it be Gavin McKenna? I mean, the potential overall might be higher for Verhoff. That might be maybe high elite, and this is guaranteed elite. But I don't know who has the higher upside. He is projected top number 1. Let's in the pick. The Philadelphia Flyers are selecting Gavin McKenna, 80 overall green franchise. So Verhoff might be blue elite then. Verhoff sim the pick, and there it is. Verhoff blue elite, 74 overall. And now we have 3 minutes to make our selection. It comes down to Ryan Rubrick, Ivar Stenberg. There's even Chase Reed as an offensive defenseman. Ryan Rubrick as a center sniper could be that cornerstone that we're looking for, right? Any of these guys could be our cornerstone. Stenberg would be a winger. There's no stats available for him, okay? But he could be first-line winger, top 3 projection, playmaker. Rubrick has that top 5 projection from the scouts. Interesting. There's also Reed, offensive defenseman, right? That first pair cornerstone in that sense. But that first-line centerman might be more important. Viggo Bjork is there too. It's probably hard to not go Rubrick. He did jump 3 spots at the end here. If he hadn't jumped those 3 spots, it would have been Callan Reed. Callan? Chase Reed. Stenberg develops well in my experience, says Fintan. We got a couple minutes to think about this here. There's even Belchetz with 90 potential overalls. Preston, 89 potential overall. He's right wing center as a sniper. Does it tell us his face-offs? 50 to 60. Rubrick has 58 face-offs. Hopsy says, I think I lean Ruby. Preston looks good too. Unless we trade down, we can trade picks. Remember, we can do that. We can't trade players. We could trade picks. Like, let's say I went to Pittsburgh and said, hey, I want your first, and I'll give you my first. How would the trade value look for that? 3 and 5. Like, what more could we get out of this? Can I take 2 7ths from you? No, not even. How am I getting a better deal? By trading 3 for 5. I guess because I don't want to move it. I think we should take the big center with the high upside, says SRD. Yeah, it's hard to say no, unless there's some sort of trade that works out perfectly here. The Blackhawks want to move their pick. They don't. So again, if I put our pick at number 3, they're getting the better deal. Okay. Can we add a 5th? Like, okay, we could probably add a 5th. Could we make it a 3rd? Could probably make it a 3rd. So would we want to take a 3rd and trade down with Chicago type of thing? Or do we just take our guy at 3? If he hits, he's a number 1 center who's scoring 50 goals. Yeah, it's true. With the potential overall of only 87. I don't know. Draft, we could look at the Islanders, the Rangers as well. But we only have 30 seconds at this point. So I think deal will be hard to come by high in the draft in the future. Take the guy at 3, in my opinion, says Fin10. Yeah, I'm open to trading to 6, but I don't think the AGM sentiment is high enough right now from what I'm seeing in the chat. So we're going to go Ryan Rubrick at number 3, and he'll be our center cornerstone moving forward. Ryan Rubrick, benvenuto al Palermo. 72 overall, green elite. Welcome aboard. All right. Hope that was the right call. 72 green elite out of the draft. Benvenuto, mi amico mio. All right, so now let's see, what were these other guys? At 4, Stenberg, 71 green elite. At 5, Belschatz, 68 high top 6, green top 6. That's good. We didn't go for him, but still, he would have had high and the 90 potential overall. The Blackhawks, Reed, 69. Green top 4. And then Bjork is orange elite, yellow elite. Preston was the guy that was speaking to me the most. If I didn't take a rubric, it probably would have been Preston. Like, imagine if we could trade with the Rangers, right? We would take all our picks. That wouldn't make sense. They do want to trade it. But even if they say, hey, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, still not close enough. So, wouldn't work. Most people were to trade Preston, but no. So, sim the pick. And Preston is 68 green top 6. I think that was the right call. I think we made the right call there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's sim to user pick now at 34. And let's see who's still out there. All right. So we'll see who went afterwards. Right now, at this pick at 34, we see 32 is Dagenet, center sniper, red potential. Vlasov, Shilov, Ruck, l'Italien, Romain, l'Italien. Does that make sense for an Italian guy to be on this team? Might just have to, right? Joe Aginla is out here. Any defensemen who are ranked highly? 45, 47. I'd be interested in this guy, Dravecki, 86 potential overall. And then for goalies, do we take our future goalie somewhere in here? Does anyone speak enough to me? I don't know. It's probably just another forward here, but is it someone with the red potential and we hope that it's something high? Or do we even trade down and say, nothing's really interesting me. Let's go quantity over quality and see what teams would offer us. If we were to say, okay, this pick is up for grabs, back out there. How do I do this? Yeah, okay. Then remove all these. Remove. Actually, no, it's block. Yeah, it's fine trade. No. For me. Fine trade for me, you bum. Can I click on my own team? Yes, I can. Sorry, I'm struggling here. All right, pick. Fine trade. I really take red this early. So we can't get players. We can only get picks. What kind of picks would be offered to us? None that include picks, eh? None of these trades include picks. How much time do we have? Minute 15. We're sort of stabbing the dark since scouts aren't good enough to get potential overall yet. Yeah. So at least let's jump down a few. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's jump down at least 5 picks. So 36, who picks 1, 2, 3, 4. Chicago has 2 picks here. Let's make a trade with Chicago. Chicago, give me one of your seconds. I'll let you trade up for 34. How am I getting the better deal here? You're trading up. Oh my goodness. Okay. The Rangers then. Rangers want to trade their pick. I gotta go quick here. Rangers want to move. I wish there was a clock to tell me how much time was left here. How am I still getting a better deal here? Avalanche. Last one. I have no time. You're kidding me. Okay, I have no time. 16 seconds, we got to draft then. We got to take a player. 10 seconds. We're going to go for l'Italien. We're going to take the Italian. Romain l'Italien. Let's do it. L'Italien, 63 and yellow top 6. All right, at least there's that. At least there's that yellow top 6. L'Italien, his name fits the team as well. Too bad we couldn't trade down. I don't know why that didn't work. I'm giving you a free trade up. Who else was out here? Yeah, red top 6, red top 6, red top 6. Exactly. So for yellow top 6, I'll take that. Was it a perfect selection? Probably not. Red top 4, green top 9. Dagenet is still out there too. Joe Aginla was red top 6. Green top 6 for a defenseman was Dravecki. We wanted Dravecki. Yeesh. Good thing we didn't go after him then, but high potential overall. Yeah, it was meant to be l'Italien. Sim to user. Next pick here at 67. Top 6. This guy Wasilin is still out here, ranked 39. A guy, Hermanson. Yes, I remember him in our franchise modes in NHL. So here our pick Wasilin. That might be the easy pick then. Harrington is plus 44. Chase Harrington is plus 44 rankings. That's cool. Kosick has red potential overall of 84. Wasilin, though, is he dropping for a reason? You know, ranked 39, and here we are at 67. Might grab the D. Yeah, that's true. Hakansen, defensive defenseman, at 47. We could use some defense in here. Might not be anything special, but if it was yellow top 4, that would go a long way. That would go a long way. Because I don't know if there's much more defense we're going to go after in this draft, but there's going to be a lot of forwards for sure. No stats available. Looking nice zoom in on his head. It's probably Hakansen, right? Hakansen. We got a minute 58 to think about it, but I think that's probably the pick. Hermanson, Elton Hermanson. Lefty, defensive defenseman, 6'4", 207, 18 years old. Yeah, let's do it. William Hakansen, welcome to Palermo. Nice. 63, yellow top 4. That is what we were hoping for, and that is what we got. Thank goodness. Now, when's Wasilin going to go? And there he is. Okay, he was yellow top 6. So even if we knew one was yellow top 4 and one was yellow top 6, I think we would have gone for the defenseman anyways. Yeah, we did check for goalies. Nothing special now. So I think our next pick is going to be a goalie. So sim to user now at pick number 100. Guy number 73. So, Plansar. Potential overall 84 power forwards out here. He might have to be the guy unless there's a goalie that really stands out. Our next pick can be a goalie. There's 3 goalies going around our next pick. Yeah, we can wait for our next pick for the goalie. And I think it's got to be Plansar. Damphus as a defenseman is out here too. Bo Damphus. Yeah, I think this is the easy pick. Rank 73 here at pick number 100. Another zoom-in pick on him. I like the potential overall. I like these a power forward as well. All right. Yeah, I think that's going to be the selection. Welcome. He is yellow top 9. We're getting into the hundreds now, so it's to be expected. Yellow top 9. We'll have to just move on. Was there anyone else? Yeah, 4th line potential, top 9 potential, top 6 red for Dubé. Top 6 red for Davidson, dark red, depth potential. All right. Sim to user pick again now at 133. Now's where we might go for some goalies. Stahlberg, a depth goalie, just got drafted. Woo. That's why you go for the goalie, but you might get a depth potential goalie. Rita's the last one here. Could be depth potential as well. It would have to be a complete shot in the dark. Where are the other goalies who just went here? The other goalie, Kraus, was green, medium starter. Deneau was green, medium starter. Alanov was depth. Yellow depth. Yellow starter for a guy. We wouldn't have been able to get him anyways. Yeah, goalie's not looking good here, but it is what it is this late. Even if their potential is not good, they can get better. Yeah, that's true. But it's a long way to climb from depth potential, right? It's a long way to climb. That being said, if there's no one else who interests us, there's no one ranked by potential overall anyways. So if we look by offense, for example, yeah, like there's this guy 67 offense at 117, playmaking Katzen, Lev Katzen. He might not be bad. You go by high overall, high offense, and you see what happens. High defense, goalie, right? How much time do we got? Minute 43. Yeah, so either go for the goalie with the yellow potential, Rita, Yerky Rita, or we go for the guy who has the high offense. He's at rank 117. Now here we are with pick 133. Yeah, Katzen. Thoughts here, AGMs? We go for Katzen. Red, like at best, dark red, top 6, right? So not a great bet. Or do we try the yellow goalie? Cross our fingers. There's green burger. That might be just depth, though, too. Not much else here. Not much to go on this late in the draft, especially in the early years, right? Yerky Rita. We probably need a goalie, says Hobbsy. Is he our guy of the future? No, but at least he'd be somebody. Katzen is top 6, I think. It could be. I seem to remember that from seeing in previous simulations that I've done. Katzen might be low top 6. If Burger's there next, we should take him due to his name. That's true. Katzen might be top 6. I don't want to cheese it if I remember that. Anyways, let's go for Rita. If Katzen's still there, we'll take him. Yerky, welcome. Depth potential. There you go. Okay. Simtor next user pick. Burger just went, but he had green depth potential. 166. I'm assuming Katzen did have that dark red potential. Katzen. Hall, the other goalie, was red backup. Probably would have been better. Katzen was low top 6, yeah. I didn't want to cheese it because I remember that. Okay. Next up. We took only one defenseman so far, but this guy, Wolf, Pat Wolf, nice name. Sorting by offense now, 65. Sorkfist, a goaltender, has the highest offense. Really? Is that what you're telling me? Calto, two-way forward. Dropped 40 spots, only Calto. A big drop like that might be interesting. Even on offensive defenseman, though, Tremblay, but we can take him with another pick. This is 166. He's ranked 164. All right, let's do it. Oni Calto. He is, hey, red top 9. I'll take that at this point. Next up at 199. Now here's some big risers. Seymour plus 274 ranks. Guys like that, plus 285, plus 500. All these rando guys. Whoosh. Sorting by offense again. Is that offensive defenseman still here? Yeah, 254. Tremblay. You know what? Not a ton of defensemen left. Tremblay is right here. Only not offensive defenseman we even know of for sure. I'm going to say let's take him. Louis-Alex Tremblay. Bienvenue, mon ami. Low tops, red, like very low. Dark red top 6. 64 overall out of the draft. Ben, merci beaucoup. Grazie mille. Sim to user, pick 200. We still have a bunch of picks left, so now we're just going to throw some darts here. Seymour is still here. He rose 274 rankings. Let's take him. Depth potential. No problem. Next pick at 207. Again, offense. These might be higher overall guys, right? 280. Very dark red versus regular dark red. Looks like the guy was ranked higher. Yeri Sumervori. Top 9, 62 overall. Okay. Next pick at 215. I think this is our second to last pick. Second to last pick. Anyone strong on defense? 63 from this two-way D. Ranked 681. Really? How about big risers? Up 656 rankings from Belarus. Filip Lashkovich. Any defenseman? Logan. This guy, Graham Logan. 17 years old, plus 639 ranks. Sure. All right, Hobbs, you got to head out, but I'll catch the replay. Go Portobellos. Thank you, Hobbs. Appreciate you being here. 49 overall, depth potential. And our last pick, I believe. Actually, we have 2 picks. Boy. All right, so let's take a round 6 projected guy. Maybe our Sachin is still here too. Yeah, let's take Lucas Sachin. He is, again, these low top 9 guys. I think this is our last pick. So again, go with maybe the differential. plus 656 rankings, and he's 246. Lashkovich, sure. He is depth. Yeah, so a few depth guys. What are you going to do? And hey, even again at 228, Vannon is still here at 172, so let's just throw him in there. More depth potential, but 64 overall. That's fine. Are we done now? Hey, and 231. Sheesh, I keep thinking we're done. Gosselin is here. Let's definitely go for a defenseman. Paju, Nichushkin, Bulat Nichushkin, green potential. This guy's probably higher overall. Let's go for Aaron Paju. And he is 62 overall, 7th D. All right. There you go. What a draft. Huh. Can we see just our draft? I think we have to go to a separate screen, correct? So we'll exit. There you go. Strong draft. I think all things considered with the scouting being what it is and whatnot. We'll exit. We'll save and we'll look at the draft in just a second here. So we'll go to league. Then we'll sim through the entirety of year number 1 and see if we can win more than 2 games. League, draft history, 2026 draft, and Palermo. There we are. All right, so rubric with the green elite, awesome. L'Italien, yellow top 6, okay. Hakansen, yellow top 4D, good. From here, it starts to be your dart throws. Yellow top 9, not horrible. Yellow depth, that's tough, but we wanted a goalie. Red top 9 at 166, okay. Dark red top 6D at 199, okay. Now into the 200s, 1, 2, 3, 4 depths, 1 7th D, 1 dark red top 9, and 1 red top 9. Definitely could have been worse in a draft than a year 1 draft. So Ryan Rubrick, welcome to Palermo. Couldn't get McKenna in here, unfortunately, but Ryan Rubrick will be the foundation of the, sorry, I was looking at Ivar Stenberg, of the draft to glory. All right, to the office now, sim to contract extensions. Here's the question. Are we giving a contract to Ryan Rubrick out of the draft, right? So do we let the game just do what it wants, or do we... I'd love to if we could just auto sign all these guys. I don't want to have to sign anybody. Like 1 year, you have 103 million in cap space. Like 1 year, 5 million done. Like all these same guys can just come back again. 1 year, tons of money. There you go. Yeah, auto signings wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now. Adam Ernie was like our top scorer. There you go. Mason Shaw. We'll just do whatever we have to do. Not any more or any less. Rem Paul, what are you saying? I'm giving you an NHL contract. You have low interest. You think you're going to find someone better in free agency? Lane Peterson? Okay. Let's advance today, see what that does for the cap. Yeah, everyone's on board. Great. That fills up the cap very quickly. Now we're still 66 million, right? There you go. James Hamblin, Studnicka. Yeah, like I said, do we give a guy like Ryan Rubrick a contract and first line minutes and everything, or do we wait for his rookie year to be after the next season? Fix Wolanski. I'd say to not sign any drafted players so their development doesn't stall. Fair enough. I'm just thinking, do we create the issue of you were a year 1 draft? Well, then you might stall as a just part of the challenge of the series. I'd love to comment in the new HLM Discord section that could be relevant. Oh yes! Oh my goodness! I totally forgot about the new HLM section in the Discord server. Here, let me pull that up. Cagney's thoughts left and last one in Discord server and our new HLM suggestions channel. Yes, Cagney said, I'd be concerned to some degree about the lack of wins adversely impacting the development of directors via their experience and subsequent specialties. I believe this can have a knock-on effect on the development of scouts potentially as well. If we're doing true draft only, then you really want to at least get those scouts developing and try and get specialty boosts, especially for your head scout, that allows them to perform better. We could consider allowing the team to have an NHL level goalie to start to hopefully steal some wins over the first number of years, and maybe check our head scout to see if he has the Intel 1 specialty, which allows scouts with lower ratings of 14 to possibly get potential overall estimates by draft day. If we're picking top 3 for the next 5 to 10 seasons, we may also end up with a lot more forwards than defensemen at default settings. Sure, we could skip some elite forwards to take chances on lower rated D, but maybe allowing for trading of picks/prospects for other picks would help. Maybe we already were planning to do so. Yeah, as long as we're trading for picks. Could also consider adjusting the position distribution for the draft and see if that generates more top defensemen. I'd suggest trying to get a top goalie prospect as soon as possible, given how long they can take to develop too. Yeah, very good thoughts here from Cagney. I appreciate you leaving those. Someone who's wise in the game. I agree we may not want to rush prospects as well, says Cagney. So maybe we keep the team, but sign like a 75 overall goalie who could maybe win a handful of games, as opposed to having us have to struggle more than it makes sense. Okay, that gets us to 14 forwards and defensemen here. Defense. We have to sign some guys in free agency. Trying to hold as much as possible to... Hey, we only have 7 million in cap space. Okay, I ate up a lot of it. Okay, let's go back to just normal interest contracts now. Sorry, guys. Money's all gone. Normal high interest contracts. Let's get these defensemen signed on. And the unsigned guys will have to wait. Okay, forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I signed one more than I had to, but at least that's 13th forward, I guess. And then everyone else can walk, and the unsigns will wait and see. Might need to be better than 75, but we could give it a season and see. Okay, so let's advance another day here. I think that's everyone we need from the re-sign phase. And for goalies, Halverson, we'll let him walk too. It's in the re-sign. Sorry, in free agency where we'll do more business. So let's sim to July 1st. Yeah, unsigned, blah, blah, blah. Goodbye. Okay, some top free agents available. Here we are. So now in free agency, we don't have a lot of money anyways, but we would need a few defensemen, a goalie. Let's not play the day one game. Let's let the game do what it wants. We'll take whatever dregs are left over after. What we can do is check out our staff right now, make sure we're doing the right things for them. So like for our AGM, actually no, for everybody on the specialty tree, is there enough XP from anybody? No XP from anybody to have anything happen. So no upgrades to any of those happening. The head scout, does he have Intel 1? He has Gem 2. Increases the discovery of gems by 10%. So if we were to hire a new, or would it be head of player development or head scout? Jim Carey, leadership 1, learner 1. So if we went to hire staff, and here comes Cagney. $10 for the Star Trek Lego Fund. Discord, slapshot, jokes aside. I'm pro Lego and pro Data getting stuff he wants. Thanks, Cagney. Yeah, the Lego Enterprise came out today. I was at the Lego store with my wife. We're looking at it, and we're trying to rationalize. She wanted me to get it more than I did almost. We're trying to rationalize how can we make this work. But for like with tax, $560 for a Lego, we're like, no, we just can't do it. We're newly married and everything. We have too many expenses, not too much that we can handle, but we have too much going on to be able to find a place to say $560 for Lego. So, but Cagney makes it now $550 with that $10 donation. Thank you very much. Any donations that are bigger than that, send them in the PayPal link. If you want to donate me $560 for a Lego, then do it in the Discord. Sorry, not the Discord, the PayPal link in the description, so that YouTube doesn't take 30% of it. But I appreciate that very much, Cagney. And that gives Cagney more entries into our created player raffle as well. Appreciate you, buddy. That's very kind. So we want to have a rating, scouting rating of 14 or higher, we said, right? But I don't think that's going to be out there right now on July 1st. What did this say? Lower ratings of 14. Head scout. Yeah, so all these guys have 13 as their rating. So we could fire a couple of 10s and hire a couple of 13s. But aside from that, we're not going to have a head scout who's going to be 14, unfortunately. Doesn't look like. So do I get to play with the Enterprise after you build it if I pay for it? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All you got to do is come on over. So Oshie and Carlson, we're going to fire. Oshie's more of a US guy and Carlson more of a Sweden-Finland guy. So Oshie and Carlson will fire. Who's good in the US? Scouting. Schwab. Okay. Offer declined. There you go. Offer accepted. Now for Sweden, Finland, both these are 14. Yeah, 14, 14. This guy's better at rush a little bit. What's Plus's specialty? Sorry if you looked over. Yeah, I think I did, but I already forget, honestly. I think it was Gem. There you go. Was it Gem? Yes, it was Gem 2 for Plus. So a couple new scouts on board. Good. We won't do anything crazy aside from that, I don't think. Medical staff is pretty good. I like our coaching staff as well. AHL. Who's our AHL head coach? That's this guy at 13. Aaron Asham's our AHL head coach. Oh, and there's ECHL. Yes. Our Cabello and all these guys. Okay, so I think that's all we're going to do for the staff. Unless someone's seeing something that I'm not seeing. A couple of old scouts out and new scouts in. So that'll help with the scout rating, but I don't think there's anything else. Unless one of these guys has that specialty that we don't know about. Nope, don't see any of these guys. Schwab, who we just signed. Oh, we won't even know about them, right? Unless we were to change. Active specialties. Plus. That Intel one could be big for getting potential overall for more players, but could check next year. Yeah, I guess we'll have to, unfortunately. That's the grind of this series. So I think that's probably it for staff, unless, again, someone's seeing something that I'm not. Here on July 1st. And we'll wait for free agency to calm down a little bit until we go and sign some other guys. Am I missing anything? It's so weird because there's so much that I'm not doing, right? That I would usually do. Let's go to day 3 or July 3rd. A bunch of players will sign around the NHL, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Signings of the day. Who signed here in the real world? Cam Talbot, JVR. It goes by team, right? Any big contracts standing out? Liljegren to the Detroit Red Wings. John Carlson to the Rangers. Wow. Tyler Seguin to the Senators. All right. We'll just need to eventually assign development plans for the drafted players. Yeah, we'll get there. All right, so free agency now. We needed some defensemen. UFA defensemen. Some guys like way down here, you know. Who are some cool veterans so we could go out and get? Eric Gustafson. There you go. Eric Gustafson, welcome aboard. Oops. 1 year, 1.2. Who else is a legend? But not too high in overall. John Moore? Sure. John Moore, get in here. For goalies, who's here in overall? Louis Domingue maybe is our starter. 34-year-old Louis Domingue? Sure. Louis Domingue, do you want to be our starter here in Palermo? 1.2. Okay. Advance a couple days. All of them except great. Who are we missing now? I'm looking at the top left here. So 14 forwards, that's enough. 6D, maybe one more defenseman and one more goalie. One more defenseman and one more goalie. This guy has medium interest. Jan Ruda has medium interest, but he's a 78 overall. Yeah, anyone who could sign with another team, I wouldn't want to do that, I don't think. 82, 78, 78. No. All right, we'll just sign somebody here. Connaughton. Don't have cap space. What? Well, then the game will just give me somebody random then, right? If you start by interest, you should get lower overall players. Sachenko, okay. Yeah, no cap space for anybody. Okay, so let's sim to next season and see what the game gives us then. Sim to Hall of Fame now, here in July. Into August, I should say. Wow, so Marc-Andre Fleury, Joe Thornton, Patrice Bergeron, Patrick Marleau, and Curtis Joseph all now eligible. Datsuk, Roenick, and Weber, class of 2024. Our nomination, I got to go ahead and nominate Marc-Andre Fleury, absolutely. Big Fleury guy. I think Thornton's going to get nominated without us having to click that. So Fleury will be our nomination. The nominees are Fleury, Thornton, Bergeron, Marlowe, Cujo, Stahl, Damfus, Miller, Brendamore, and Rene. Why anyone wouldn't want? Yeah, they get paid billions to eat pasta and go swimming. That's literally all it is. Oh, mangiare, mangiare. Come on, sei pazzo? No capiche. So Fleury, Thornton, Bergeron. Who gets our last vote here? Is it Cujo and his 454 wins? Is it Eric Stahl? Is it Patrick Marleau? Team's going to shell out $60 million in player salaries per win next season. We have some rich investors in Palermo. Michael says Cujo. I'm down for Cujo. We go for a couple goalies on our ballot here. I'm down for Cujo. All right, Michael. Cujo it is. Confirm votes. Let's see it. Bang. Let's go. Fleury, Thornton, Bergeron, and Marleau make it. No Cujo, sadly, but Fleury 33 for 33. Same for Thornton, same for Bergeron. So 3 players are welcomed to the Hockey Hall of Fame unanimously, while Patrick Marleau with 79% of the vote also gets in, 26 out of 32. There you go. We'll see Cujo next time, hopefully. But Fleury, Thornton, Bergeron, Marleau, all now Hockey Hall of Famers. That's super cool to see. Congrats to them. Fleury now 5th in all-time wins from goalies in the Hall of Fame. And we'll back out here. Sim to next season. Come on, rubric 85 overall. Here we are. All right, so 25-26. We went 280-0. Yeah. Jets won the Stanley Cup. Pastrnak had all those goals. McDavid had 135 points. Biggest trades. Oh, I never saw this before. Casper, Zellweger, and Luneau. That was the biggest trade. Anaheim to Detroit. Biggest signings. Nate asked 8 by 9.6. Where are our signings? Cool. Biggest signings, biggest trades. Awesome. Now here we are ready for our next season, which we'll get through right now. So sim to the preseason. Let's start going. They'll stop us on the 7th. Okay, what kind of growth did we get here? Logan +4, Rita +4, Hakansen +3, randos, whatever. Sachin we drafted, Laskovich we drafted, then the rest are all just randos. But nothing from Ryan Rubrick. That's too bad. All right, so now player development. This is where we start caring about player development. Last season we did not. This season we'll start having to do that. Oh, training is locked. But yeah, hold on a second. Wait till training opens, my friend. Let's sim to the beginning here. Okay, so now scouting. Let's make sure the scouts are set properly. So we'll start with Plus in... Can we sort by world? No, I guess we do it kind of manually. He's best for world. So 16 on world. Let's assign prospects to Plus for world. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all these guys. Now who will do rest of the world with him? Starting from 102. Starting from 102, let's go to maybe Viborny. No, Eliash. Starting from 102. Like I said, here's that nitty-gritty stuff that you like to do if you love HLM. At 102 and down from here. Sorry, that gets us down to 151. It's probably enough. Hey, Doggy, welcome back to the membership. Certified Bello Doggy back on board as a channel member. Had to stop it for a couple months, I think, but now back on board. Awesome. Thank you, Doggy. Appreciate that. Welcome back. And we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's 2 for the rest of the world. Now let's look at Canada. McCardle and Weiss both have the best for Canada, it looks like. Let's start like that. Sign there. Good, good. I hope I'm not making you break the bank too much. Let's do this for Canada. I might need a few for Canada. Yeah, we'll need a couple, maybe 3 probably. Starting at 30 now for Stephen Weiss. Starting at 30. Yeah, we'll definitely need at least 3, if not 4. Starting at 66 now for Schwab. The $2 was the last of my savings, I fear. I'm sorry. You can come stay at my place. There you go. Can't see it in the when I pull it up on the stream here, but those custom emojis that you can use in the chat. You said we stopped at 66, right? Starting at 66. There's the X on it. Yeah, I love that they have that system. Yeah, we'll need another one for Canada for sure. We'll have to rotate the scouts around. Starting at 103. We'll need another scout in Canada. Probably the one at 14. Yeah, Klitzum. Starting at 103. This gets us to where? 148. We'll stop there for now. That gets us the 5 rounds. We have other places that we have to scout. All right, this guy is going to Finland. There you go. Okay, I can get those mushrooms in here. Dog, you just want to get the live membership. I'll be back. I'll start back at the beginning. Perfect. Hopefully we'll still be going once you get caught up. All right, all the Finnish players get scouted now. Only need 1 in Finland, so that's good news. All right. Okay. Set assignment. Only 1 in Finland is very good news. Now to Sweden for Haviland. Hopefully, don't get an unfortunate surprise in the draft lottery again. I don't think I'll send another to Sweden. I'm not sure. We'll see. We need those USA scouts now. USA 10, 14. The Cavalier is going to go to the USA for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of good US prospects. United States. Pelosi, Scuderi, Myers, Burke, all these guys. Another L. Hudson? That's not Lane Hudson. Who's this? L. Hudson, left D. Who's this? And another for the U.S. would probably be Stevens. Only 12, but gotta do what you gotta do. 2 in the U.S. should be enough, I think. These guys are already round 5 anyways. Actually, no, this is Canada. Hold on. Stop. U.S. Where are the guys I just did with the Cavalier? Yeah, the Cavalier went up to how much? 89. So starting at 92 for the U.S. for Stevens. Starting at 92. Did I just totally miss something? No, the X's weren't there. If I click here, yeah, it's already been scouted, but how do I know that? There's a P. Line in Finland. Oh, I love that. All right, let's keep on getting the scouting going here for our U.S. prospects. This should be enough as well. We're here in the 5th round. Is that everybody? Yeah, up to 1. Yeah, that should be enough for the U.S. prospects. Okay, now we need some Russia. So Klesla has 14 in Russia. Yeah, for sure. So 14. Then Oduya is the last one. We'll see where he goes. Let's do these 2 for Russia. Yeah, I think this worked out quite well for the scouting here. Then starting at 1, I don't even need a second in Russia probably, but we'll do it. 177 for Viborny. 177. Some of these guys already got scouted a little bit. We'll keep getting to scout them. All right. And last scout, we'll send him. We don't need to send him anywhere in particular. We could do Finland starting at 1. Okay, we'll do Finland. Sorry, Sweden. Sure, we'll do Sweden. Yeah, this worked out very well. I am very pleased. All right, done. Let them work for a little bit, and we'll come back and check in at a later date. Very good. Pascal Leclerc, you keep going on as our head coach. Any changes to XP here for the specialty tree? I doubt it. Yeah, no changes. Now, what does our lineup look like? Because the game has to give us random guys, right? Yes, exactly. So a few randos are in here. You can let that go during the preseason. Free agency, still no money left in free agency. Yeah, not enough cap space. So we'll just let the game be then, I guess. Unfortunately, I gave a bit too much money. I was too generous here at Christmas time. And we'll sim to the preseason, right? Scouting is done. Preseason, let the lineup be what it wants. When does training start? After the preseason, right? Yeah, that's October 6th. Great. So let's sim to October 6th or so, at least through the preseason. Let's get to October 1st. How about that? Oh, there. The button's over here. All right. Preseason, some nice juicy L's. No problem. And we go 0-6 in the preseason. Understandable. Let's get to October 6th now against Utah. What messages might pop up here? I'm assuming the training message will pop up for us. Captains. Okay, no problem. I don't think we did that last year, did we? Adam Murney was our leader. He can keep being captain. Who are the oldest guys here? Gustafson and more. Actually, Letteri's a player who is returning, so we'll do like that. All right. Roster moves. Do we need to do any of those? Let me see. Lineup. No, that's fine. Bishop, Fix-Wolanski is injured. Moore is injured for 3,500 days. What injury did he get? We just signed him. Lower body injury, major, 166-month recovery. But didn't we just sign? Oh, but he was available in free agency. Hey, so we gave him a nice 1 year. We gave him $1.2 million just to sit on the beach and collect the checks. Nice life. Just collect those checks, man. Okay, we'll let the lineup be because no one's here with any potential. Everyone is gray. Good. Louis Domingue is our starter. And the AHL is nothing special. Cool. Now, here's what we're going to have to keep the closest eye on. Development time. So looking at training. Okay. So actually, because the screen's a little bit different now. So training, head of player development can be anybody in our system. So let's start with rubric. And let's work on, let's just say shooting to start. He's a sniper. Let's say shooting to start. Next. Who else has potential? Hakansen, yes. Let's work on his defensive awareness. And l'Italien. I wouldn't mind giving him like positional flexibility or even changing his player type, right? Do we want to change l'Italien to maybe a playmaker? This might be the time to do that, you know? Hold on. This might be the time to do that. L'Italien, 20 goals, 33 assists. He might be a two-way guy, but just the game doesn't seem to reward two-way forwards. So maybe going ahead and making him a playmaker, 64 passing, is the way to go. Anybody disagree with that? Agree or disagree with that? L'Italien into a playmaker? I'll put it on. We'll change it if we have to. Or should we be doing stuff like his attributes right now instead? Pascal Leclerc, don't care about that for anybody. It doesn't hurt to do that right away. Alrighty. AHL, we have no one to even do. So there you go. And ECHL. So really, it's just the head of player development because no one else is doing anything because our NHL, AHL, and ECHL systems are empty. So it's literally just those three spots. So here's the thing. Do we want to use one of those three spots? I don't think so. Let's wait until l'Italien is in the ECHL or the AHL, and then we'll go ahead and make him a playmaker. So yeah, we'll definitely do that as everyone's agreeing to here in the chat. We'll do that, but let's wait. Yeah, we'll do the development plans too. Let's wait until we have more spots open because right now we only have 3 spots. So to commit one whole spot for a whole season to that, let's do l'Italien for passing, let's say. And once we have him in the AHL or ECHL or whatever, then we'll turn him into a playmaker. And finally, for the development plans, any changes here that we didn't see? I think that's it. Oh, a semi-pro. What? He had semi-pro depth because that was probably before we drafted him even. Anyways, going by age. Balanced. Hold on. Yeah. Balanced for everybody. Right? Why is it? I just want sort by age and stay sorted by age. Or should we do, sorry, a bit more, maybe like defense for Logan as a defenseman. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to a brick wall. All right, let's do offense for him. Let's do defense for him. The Data Academy of prospect growth is we want balanced players. Rubric. Let's work on the defense a little bit if you're going to be our first line center. Calto, balanced. Tremblay, balancé, 64. Seymour, balanced. Almost done. Last few guys here. Defense for you. Sachin, defense for you. Vananen, we'll go defense. And finally, Paju. There you go. Actually, there's more. Wait, no, but these guys we don't care about. We only want guys who still have potential. Okay, done. So that's all set. Now it's time to go through the season itself, which shouldn't take us too long. We'll just be caring about training, and we'll end off once we get to the draft, we'll finish off the episode by getting to the 2027 draft. So let's start with the play-by-play on the first game of year 2 here in Palermo. Palermo versus Utah. Let's do it here. Let's see if will we get more than 2 wins this season? Leave your predictions. Already 2 goals in the first 2 shots, I think. Will we get more than 2 wins this season? Get your predictions in the chat. What will our record be? We've drafted the foundation. They're out in their respective junior leagues. Now, what will happen longer term? Let's see. Already 3-0, 10 minutes into this game. We have 2 shots. Oh, John Leonard gets the first goal of the season. There you go. We're going for 4 wins, says SRD. Let's do it. Let's get those 4 dubs. Whoa, Bayreuther makes it a 3-2 game. We have 2 goals on 5 shots. Hold on a second here. We have ourselves a game through 20 minutes. Shots 14-5 for Utah. We're down by 1. Bayreuther making this interesting here in the first game of the Palermo Portobellos' second season in the NHL. 2 wins, says Cagney. Yeah, as McBain makes it 4-2. We're going to need to get 5 goals. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I'm shocked we got 2. 4-2. This is a better team than last year. I'm going to say it's more than 2. I don't know a number, but I say it's more than 2. I'm going to go crazy and say 5. How about that? I'm going to go crazy and say 5 wins. Shoot for the stars. 6-2. I don't think it's going to get there, but how about that for a prediction? 6-2. Let's just call it a night. And 9-2 the final. Woo! We had 12 penalty minutes to their 0, and they were only 1 for 6 on the power play. Shameful. Let me save here. I haven't saved in a little bit. Let's save that up. All right, calendar time. Love flying through this calendar as opposed to EA NHL calendar, which is a joke. Let's just sim, and see what happens. Well, we're going to have to stop in like 30 days anyways once the next training assignment is done. Always just best lines. Hey, we won 3-2 against Calgary. There's our first win of the season. 3-2 win against the Flames. 11-1 loss, 6-2 loss, 7-2-6 loss, blah, 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 blah. But we got our first win out of the way. 1 down, 3 or 4 to go. Let's see. Into November, fingers crossed for player development, as we'll get our next update soon. We got shut out in like back-to-back games there. 6-0, 5-0. Okay, I don't know if we're going to get those games. All right. The first one to be finished, actually both those guys, Hakanson and L'Italien, are both done, it looks like. So Hakanson can go to his defensive awareness. Let's work on his shooting. That's 40 days. And let's go to L'Italien and is it passing? Let's do shooting. Every 40 days, we'll just keep doing stuff for these guys. Our season is all about like those 3 guys plus some other development if we could do, if possible. Italien, we just got him in there. Gustafson's healthy. Welcome back. We are 1-20. Let's keep her rolling. Just hopefully we got that first overall pick. Could it be Landon Dupont coming to Palermo? That would be great. 10-2 loss, 6-2 loss. Will it be worse than last season even? 16-2. It is not looking good here in Palermo, but that's all right. Yes, roster decision time for the 2026 World Juniors. Yes, we got promoted, right? Or is it in the World Cup we got promoted? Where did we get promoted? You're in Group B here with Russia. Yeah, here we are. Oh, Italy's out here. Oh, my goodness. We got to watch these games. All right, we're going to select everyone who we can select. That's all we have. And cross our fingers, the World Series, World Junior starting soon. All right, let's go to the tournaments here. Yes, Ryan Rubrick got called up, which is great too. Yeah, Russia won gold, Canada silver, Finland bronze, and the promotion went to Italy. Edit lines. Are these lines ready to go? Some of these guys are in the draft, hey? Yeah, it's true. Enforcer on that first line. Let's put the power forward on the first line instead. Enforcer can go third line, but he's a 66 overall. Second line Enforcer. All right, Italy World Cup victory for Series Challenge is going to happen eventually. All right. Advancing one day at a time. All right, Italy loses the first game by a score of 3-2. Oh, devastating. Against the USA? Was that against Team USA? Hold on. Games. Italy loses 3-2 against Team USA. No. 3 goals in the first. Italy fights back, but it's not enough. Wow. That's wild. That's all. That's their World Juniors. That's all we wanted to do. Sorry, where do I go back to tournaments? I'm lagging a little bit here. Tournaments. Juniors. Advance another day. Game 2 for Italy. Oh, hold on. Hakansen is done. Gotta draft that Italian goalie. Yes. Keep a note on that. What was his name? Let's keep a note on that. Hakansen, let's go to offensive awareness. I'm lagging a little bit here. I'm not sure why, but I'm lagging a little bit. We'll look at it. Look at the names at the end. Italy, come on. Next game of the tournament. We're 1-2. We're above Germany. What is happening? Italy beat who? Lost to the USA. Lost to Russia 2-0. Where am I looking? Here, they beat Slovakia 6-5. Are you kidding me? Abate made it 6, then they got 1 back. Wow. Italy wins 6-5 against Slovakia. The GM data factor. That is absolutely ridiculous, and I love every second of it. Let's try and stay above here. Don't get relegated. That's all we want to do here. Don't get relegated. L'Italien, what are we going to do for him? Let's go to what's going to be the quickest here. Keeping him well-rounded. Defensive awareness. There you go. Advance another day. We played 3 games. Yeah. Germany is 0-2. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Could it be? Even, what is that? Who's that? Is that Switzerland? How come they're called CHE? Am I missing something? But they're not looking good either. 4 games. We're 2-2. What? Who did Italy beat now? Italy beats. Is it up here? Most recent games? Is that what it is? Okay. 9-4 against Germany. What? 9-4 Italy win. Oh my goodness. Santo D'Agostino, Pompeo Callo, and Mauro Napoli. Forza Mauro. All right. Let's keep on going. Italy, are they going to, those 2 wins, is that enough to stay out of being relegated? 5 games, 2-3, but Germany's 0-4. Come on, we got to stay up here. For sure, we're going to stay up, right? Back to Rubric again. We're putting our soul into Ryan Rubric. Let's go defensive awareness. That's till March. CH stands for Confederato Helvetica, which is Latin for the Swiss Confederation. May, thank you very much. You taught me something new. All right, so Canada wins the World Juniors. Congrats to Ryan Rubric, who had 6 points in 7 games. We have Plansar, Hakansen, and Vanen all there too. That's cool. And Italy survives. Yes. Germany is relegated. Poland is promoted. Romania promoted in Division 2. Pyotr Andreanov, who was drafted by the Blue Jackets, is the MVP. Verhoff had 13 points. Kindle, Stenberg, blah, blah, blah. Portobello's out here. And Italy goes 2-3 to survive. That's crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it. We'll see you next year, Italy. Forza Italia. Back to the calendar now for some ugly, ugly games. Let's just go to the end of the season and see what stops us along the way. All right. All right, everybody. So as we continue towards the end of this one, leave a like if you haven't already. And remember to subscribe too, as you'll get notified whenever we go live, when our NHL 26 franchise modes come your way, career simulations. HLM 26 is just one of the many things you do on the channel. MLB The Show 25, all about franchise mode, all about sports, all about management. And it's you, the AGMs, the assistants, who make all that happen. I'm here to just make your plans come to fruition. I add my thoughts too, but really it's all of you who make it happen. So I appreciate you taking the time to be here for tonight's stream, or you're watching it back after the fact. Now, let's see. Who are we going to get in this team? We're just going to go by overall to start. Let's get all these guys. Radelli, this 15-year-old is going to be on the team. Awesome. That's 12 out of 12 forwards. Good. We can't take any more forward. That's 13 out of 12. Hold on. Yeah, Giacomelli. Yeah, that'll be our team. There you go. Italy is, where are we in here? We are in Division 2. So winning Division 2 would get us into the 3 groups of Division 1. That won't be easy. We have a couple players who made it. That's nice. Let's start this tournament. Okay. We're 0-1 to start. 1-1, big win. There you go. Rome, l'Italien, Romano. Do we give some love to Plansar here? We could do a little short thing for him. He is a power forward. I don't want to go to next year. Passing 63 days would just make it in. Even defensive awareness might be good for him. Yeah, we'll just squeak in 1 training for Plansar with his top 9 potential. And we got our second win. Didn't even realize that. We got our second win of the year. That's true. 3-2 against Utah. There you go. All right, we are 1-1-1. Having to face off Belarus is 3-0. That's going to be tough. Assuming that's Belarus. Is that the logo of their federation? Hansen. Future defensive rock. Let's do the passing. Yeah, season's almost always over at this point. Okay, we're 1-1-1. Keep it going. Forza Italia. Let's go. Still 1-1-1. And I guess that's it. U.S. are the world champions, World Cup champions. And no change for Italy. Sadly not. So Belarus gets promoted. Denmark relegated. But at least we survived Division 2. Don't need to go to Division 3. Canada gets bronze. Nylander had 16 points in 7 games. Portobellos. All right. Back to normal simulation now. All the way here. We got our second win. Will there be a third? 12-3 loss, 8-0 loss. Still a lot of hockey left to go this season. I think we could get that third. I believe in that third win. Trade deadline, no thank you, nothing to do. I believe in that third win. We'll look at prospect development at the end of the season. Adam Ernie, 32 points. Love to see it. Back-to-back wins. What? 6-5 and 4-3 wins. There we go. That brings us to 4 wins. Back-to-back OT victories. Who are you kidding me? Who are you kidding, and are you kidding me? Wow, that is crazy. All right, Rubik. Now any development we do on Rubik will carry over to next year now, unfortunately, because the season is close to ending. Even l'Italien, 50 days. Yeah, it would be just, even 46 days wouldn't work. Yeah. Well, we'll just be able to end that off very quickly at the start of next year then. Or should we do rubric? Yeah, we should probably do rubric. As many eggs into his basket as possible. So we'll do shot blocking now. We'll be done in October of next year. All right. Almost done. We're 4-65-0. No, Domingue for 3 weeks. There goes our hopes and dreams. 2 months for Shaw. Finish 15-2 loss. Call it a year. Injuries killed us in the end, but we doubled last year's wins. Doubling give it to the next person. First 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, then 64. Boom. So it looks like we're going to end the year like that. Hold on. Dominguez healthy now for the last game of the season. Could we get a win in game 82? We're 4-74 right now. Italien can start on what we just said, his shot blocking. Okay, yes. 4 games left here. Hansen done again, thank you. And we'll start him on his next one, which will be hitting. Okay, for the big defensive defenseman. 9-0 loss. 3 games left. We're 4-75. 5-0, 6-1. Here we go. 4-77-0. Last game of the season here against the Kings. Play-by-play against them. They are 48-30-3. So let's see what happens here. Palermo versus LA. Kings and Portobellos. Last game of the season. Then we'll start thinking about what next offseason will bring. And hopefully, does a guy like Ryan Rubrick make the team next season? Is there enough growth? We'll find out. Slowly, we're going to have some players in this draft to glory making this roster. And then by the time we get to year 3, year 4, it'll be fully drafted guys. And then the journey to the cup begins. 1-0 Kings. We held them off for almost half the game. 10:53 to go in the second. And it's 1-0 Kings. Adrian Kempe scores his 49th goal of the season. Wow. Yeah, after this, I'm going to get to working on the Detroit Red Wings off season, which will be uploaded on Monday. So exciting for that in the 2026? No, not 20. What am I saying? 2028 off season. Third period, still just a 1-0 game. Louis Domingue back from injuries, holding the Kings. Power play Portobellos, killed off by the Kings 5 minutes to go, and Byfield puts it to bed. We made it a competitive last game of the season at least, but the Kings will take us down. And we'll end the year with 4 victories. Fiala's 28th is the last nail in the coffin. Yeah, SRD was right. 4 wins. What did I say? 5? We'll take 4. SRD was correct. Wonderful. And Darcy Kemper makes, how many? 26 saves for the shutout. All right. So the season ends with 4 victories. Whee! Sim to the playoffs. Studnicka, there you go. New York, Montreal, and blah, blah, blah. All these different matchups. We'll see who wins the cup here in 2027. Dismiss and keep on simming to the awards. And we can look at growth over the course of the year. What kind of growth do we get this season? Progression, different. So +7. Wow, Hansen went from 63 to 70 overall. Big growth from him. 19 points in 40 games in, where is this? Rimouski? No. Robert Morris Colonials. What league is that? The NCAA? What is that? Okay. Yeah, NCAA. Right. He was drafted 18th overall by them. Okay, anyways. So he's up to a 70 overall. Super good to see from the guys we want to see growth from. Rita from 48 to 53. Logan from 49 to 53. Rubric 72 to 76. He grew by 4 this year. Very nice. Yeah, NCAA. I was not sure. His growth is only orange, though. So I guess next year, maybe NHL. I don't know. Sachin, 63 to 67. L'Italien, 63 to 66. Plantar, 62 to 65. Lashkovich, all these guys. A lot of +2s and +1s, especially from the guys who have potential, who do have potential. The guys who don't have potential, Tremblay drops 64 to 63. But like, what league was I supposed to put you in, man? With the red arrow. I get it. Maybe I should have put him in, sign him and put him in the KHL or something. I don't know. Whatever. John Moore down 2. It happens. Sim to the awards. Let's see who wins the Stanley Cup here in 2027. Let's sim through. The Oilers missed the playoffs. Wow. Mason Shaw is healthy. And your Stanley Cup champions are the... June is starting. Auto saving. The New York Rangers are your Stanley Cup champions here in 2027. Utica 2027 AHL champs. Quebec Remparts. Le Remparts Quebec in the QMJHL. London Knights. Red Deer Rebels. Idaho in the ECHL. Cornell in the NCAA. Omsk, Avangard Omsk in the KHL. Stats this year, let's see. The entire league. Mikko Rantanen, 32 points in 25 games. The top 3 scorers all coming from Dallas, while Panarin had 23 points in 20 games. He was the highest for the Rangers. Season scorers, Kirill Kaprizov has 136 points to win the Art Ross and 68 goals to win the Rocket Richard. Oh my goodness. Draisaitl, Hughes, Marner, Point, McKinnon, Demidov. Woo, 112 points from Demidov. Nylander, Shane Wright, Barkov, Rantanen. There's your top 10 or 11. Highest scoring defenseman. It won't tell me for some reason. Okay. Let me back out here. And by the way, our team, of course, Adam Ernie, 41 points in 78 games. Mason Shaw, 41 in 71. Rempal with 41. Bayreuth with 34 points is our top pair defenseman. Very good. Louis Domingue has 4 wins, negative 124 goals against goals saved above expected, 851 save percentage, 6.61 goals against average. Not a horrible year. I don't know why it's telling me to go back and forth with things. Why can't I sort by player type? Yes, now I can. And the entire NHL, Cale Makar, 89 points, probably another Norris for him or Paul Coffey. Fox, Dobson, Bouchard, the Hughes brothers back-to-back. Jackson Lacombe, Lane Hudson, so on and so forth. And for the goaltenders, Igor Shesterkin has 48 wins and on to a Stanley Cup after that. Goals against average of guys who played the most. Shesterkin probably a shoo-in for the Vezina, it looks like. Yeah. Very good. All right, sim to the awards. Awards show. Let's see it. Reveal the award winners. And Kaprizov wins the Art Ross. Conn Smythe to Shesterkin, 931 save percentage. Kaprizov wins the Hart. Bushelnikov wins the Calder in Detroit. The Rocket to Kaprizov. The Adam Oates to Marner. Norris to Charlie McAvoy back-to-back years. Paul Coffey to Makar, not back-to-back years, huh? Barkov wins the Selke. Vezina Shesterkin. And there you have it. That's the awards. Let's get to retirements. John Moore and Eric Gustafson retire. Yeah. Brent Burns, Jordan Stahl, Genny Malkin. Can we, how do we retire jerseys again? No, I don't want to retire any of these numbers. Reorientation. Brent Burns now a physio. Malkin now a scout. Radulov a scout. Taze a scout. Zuccarello a coach. Couture a scout. Glendening a coach. Gustafson, Jordan Stahl, scout. Yeah, okay, a lot of these guys are now scouts, coaches, or whatever. Darcy Kemper in 84 retires. Really? Burns, Stahl, Malkin, sorting by overall. Can we see by sorting by overall? Won't let me. Yeah, some good overall players going and calling it a career. Yeah, I'm not going to retire any of those numbers, though. Can I retire Malkin's number for him? I can't do that, eh? If I hold down? No. That's building my team. All right. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the draft lottery. Here we go. So, obviously, number one pick for us in terms of the odds. The best odds go to us. But will we drop again? Last year, we dropped from 1 to 3. Please give me top 2. Here we go. Draft lottery time, ladies and gentlemen. Will we be getting Landon Dupont or whoever else is up there? Buffalo stays. They have their 2 picks at 15 and 16. Philadelphia. Detroit. Oh, my goodness. Someone already jumped. No. Detroit, Utah, Seattle, Columbus, Islanders. Okay, so only one team seems to have won yet. It was a big jump. Was it enough to get to number 1? I don't think so, right? Calgary, Carolina, Chicago. Everyone's dropping by 1 here. Nashville +9. There you go. All right, so it doesn't affect us. Nashville +9. Here we go. Top 3 now. Don't show me Palermo. Yes. Okay, San Jose drops 1. So we're getting a top 2 pick. We're better than last year. Top 2 pick. Are we staying at number 1? Yes, we are. Palermo stays number 1. Thank goodness. Pittsburgh jumps from 3 to 2. And San Jose drops 2 to 3. And Nashville jumps from, 13 to 4. Okay, we have won the first overall pick. Thank goodness. We definitely needed that. Go to staff. I'll take care of that. We can do it right now, actually, though. So all these expiring guys just extend and welcome. Pavel Bure. Okay. Everyone extend. If we change anybody, it'll be that we fire them, but let's not lose them. Let's extend everybody. And then worst case, we fire and hire someone better, you know? There you go. Everybody, welcome back. Will Landon Dupont be our guy? I think so, unless I'm missing something in the rest of the league. for the rankings or whatever. Oh, this guy doesn't want to be a coach anymore. 349. Okay, now he's on board. He wanted a lot of money though. He's only ranked. He's 8. His overall is 8. So we have to fire him for the budget. Maybe that's a joke. Was that everybody? Sorry, I didn't even look. I think that was everybody. Did we gain some XP here? Or barely anything. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's gonna be a grind to get that XP. All right, sim to the draft. And now at the draft. So what we'll do now is save. And let's look at the... Actually, we don't need to go to the draft. Just have to look at the prospects. Okay, so starting next episode, we'll pick up from here. Salary cap up to 113 million. That's very nice. Any mail we have to look about updates. Salary cap increasing. Palermo award winners. Oh, Ryan Rubrick, the OHL top goal scorer and defensive forward of the year. 90 points in 61 games for the Niagara Ice Dogs. That's cool. We got that to look forward to. Very nice. Okay, so yeah, prospects. So Dupont was +1. That means he's been up and down then from 1 and 2. See, here's the thing. 84 potential overall, and Alexis Joseph with 91. Like, is there a world where we trade Ryan Rubrick and other prospects to try and get pick number 2? And we can get Joseph and Dupont as our future? No, that's probably too crazy. But I wonder, Alexis Joseph was just ranked number 1. He dropped to number 2, 91 potential overall. But Dupont, is he yellow franchise and Joseph green elite? Is even Skvortsov. That's tough. Even with our next pick somewhere at 34 or whatever, right? Around here. Could it be Englund? Could it be Williams? Could it be Arena? Does it come down to Dupont or Joseph? So Landon Dupont, 80 to 90 on the shooting, 83 passing, 82 offense, 79 defense. Yeah, like he's going to be already, he could be ready for the NHL right into next season, right? I keep Rubrick over Joseph since the latter's a two-way forward. True, but we could train him. That is true. Defensive awareness, blah, blah, blah. So Dupont would be ready out of the draft potentially. Joseph, 77 offense, 75 defense. He might not be ready right away, but does he have the higher ceiling from Lachne? I was just there today. I think we don't overthink it and just take the superstar defenseman. All right. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that too. Just that 91 potential overall is making me think like, whoa. For a goalie, any potential goalies out here? Maybe we could take Ellsworth. Maybe there could be some other good options, but Ellsworth could be a guy. 86 potential overall. We take him with like our 3rd pick potentially. Yeah. But definitely, yeah, if Dupont's the guy, then so be it. I didn't look at those attributes. Yeah, the attributes really make him stand out even a little bit more. Joseph with the potential overall is super tempting, but who else might be out here? McIntyre, maybe 90 overall. Can we make a trade to try and get McIntyre? Who's this guy? Aussie McIntyre. Aussie. He was ranked 17, dropped to 24, 62 offense, 58 defense, and crazy high potential overall. Who else? Peru, Urena, Beertus, Rausa, Harvey, McLaughlin, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. All right. So next episode, we'll be looking at that. Contracts. Do we give a contract to a guy like Ryan Rubrick? Is he ready to make the team? Do we try him in year 2? This was year 1 because that was year 0. Yeah. Do we try him? Or do we call that year 1 anyways? I don't know. Do we try him in 2027, 28? Or do we keep him for another year? Or do we just wait and see what his development growth might be? Even Hakansen, L'Italien, they're growing well, but will be ready for next season right away already? I don't know. So I think we leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here for episode number 1. We'll call it officially the Foundation, year 1. Rubrick is here. Hakansen, L'Italien. Now we're ready for next episode, which will be the entirety of year number 2. And will we see those? Excuse me, my microphone just bumped it. Will we see some of those guys who we just drafted in that season already? That's yet to be seen. But we'll kind of be like a repeat of this year into next stream. Year number 2 will be, again, let's draft these top guys. Let's use these picks wisely. Let's do our player developments. Let's go through the course of the season. Let's see what happens. And from there, then we're ready for year 3, year 4, etc., when this team will be purely drafted individuals in this Draft to Glory series. All right, so I'll leave you off there, everyone. thank you for taking the time to be here this evening on a Saturday stream, a rare Saturday stream. We'll be back next Friday unless something changes. Keep an eye on the Discord server. The announcements tab will tell you everything you need to know about the schedule. So next Friday, 6 evenings from now, we'll be back live around 7 p.m. Eastern for the continuation of this series with the Palermo Portobellos on Hockey Legacy Manager 26. Thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll be talking soon, especially on Monday for the continuation of our Detroit Red Wings NHL 26 franchise mode. Thanks for adding your thoughts. Thank you to the new channel member and as well for the donation from Cagney. Much appreciated, and we'll talk soon.